Right, so I've made a few hints about my week and what happens, and yeah, it was definitely a week to remember. So on Tuesday last week, I met my partner's ex for the first time. So this is the mother of his children. And Billy and I have been together for 11 years and she and I have never met. The reason that we met is because their eldest has turned 18 and he's having a birthday party, which is this weekend. I reached out to her a couple of weeks ago and suggested about us meeting up prior to the party. So we met on the Tuesday. She's got dogs and we went out for a walk with the dog. We get to the end of our walk and I ask, how's the party planning going? I said, is there anything I can do to help with the party? It's got to the stage now that I'm like heavily involved in organising this party now. So that was during the week. But going back over the weekend, so on the Saturday, one of my brothers was over. I had already asked my brother, do you want to get together at the weekend and have some drinks? He made a comment. He was at my other brother's house a couple of weeks ago and he was like, oh, it was a good night, but he says like, I'd had a rough week at work and I was really wanting to get a bit drunk and I didn't. And I thought, oh yeah, when was the last time I got drunk? I could get drunk. Like, I am not a big drinker, but I was like, I could have a night in, having some drinks and everything. Yeah, okay then. Wanted to hang out with my brother. We ended up having drinks on Saturday. Oh my God, we stayed up so late. So I'll talk about that night in a minute. So by the time he came over on the Saturday, I was like, I am exhausted. I was like, this party has taken over my life just in the last like 3 or 4 days. And I was like, I'm really looking forward to a night off. Just like a day off. I'm just going to relax and chill. And we had such an amazing time. We actually started drinking, not heavily, just, I think like in the space of 4 hours. I was having like a drink an hour, I think. But we started drinking at 3, had dinner around 6. And we didn't go to bed until like 4:15 in the morning. Because I messaged my dad, he's in Australia and he's like, why are you up at this time? I'm like, oh, because I'm off my face. But oh, it was so good because we were listening to all the music that we used to listen to in our 20s when we used to go clubbing. And I mean, we didn't go clubbing together, but we would always end up meeting each other like in a club, and we were going over all these stories of like the clubs that we used to go to in our area. And do you know, when I woke up in the morning, I said to him, between the music and all the stories, I actually feel like I've been clubbing. Like I feel like I've been out all night. It was really great. Such good fun. But there was a part when in the morning I started to make our breakfast and I was cleaning something at the sink. Don't know how that triggered the memory. But I was cleaning something in the sink and I thought, oh my God, I was crying last night. I was like, I went through and I said, was I crying last night? He's like, yeah. I'm like, why was I crying? Oh God, total cringe. I was, and it really dawned on me then, oh gosh, I was a lot drunker than I thought I was. I thought I was like just a little bit drunk, but obviously by this time, I think this was like after 2, I was like, oh my God. I thought, God, you idiot, get a grip, like keep your shit together. Like, why was I crying? And he says, oh, you were just telling a story and you just got a wee bit emotional. And I'm like, what story? And then I remembered what story I was getting crying over. So I'm going to tell you now. So music was playing and a song came on and I said, this reminds me of you two talking about both of my brothers. And he said, oh, I know. And even though he knew, I went in to tell him the whole story. And then as I'm telling him the story, I start crying. So what it is, in my early 20s with my ex, I moved down to Liverpool. I was in Liverpool for about 2 years. We were very lucky that we were able to come up about once a month to see family. He suffered with really bad homesickness, so it was kind of like really imperative that we did this, whereas I could have went longer without my family. At the time, my mum had like the big family home and we, in like this separate lounge, she had a pool table. I was in the pool room and me and both of my older brothers are there. Who else is there? I'm trying to think if my sister-in-law at the time was there. I'm sure there was other people there. And we had like the laptop hooked up to the TV and we were playing music, like real early YouTube days, like playing music online and everything. And I remember like sort of sitting on a chair in the corner and we were like going over like what music to put on. And my oldest brother said to the other one, he went, oh my God, you need to put the Golden Rollerblader on. And then he's like, yes! And like they're both getting really enthusiastic. And they're going, oh my God, like, oh, the Golden Rollerblade, God, I love this video. And they're like really going on about this. So I'm like sitting with a drink, like, what are you even talking about? And so he looks over to me, he's like, Lou, do you know what song we're talking about? I'm like, no. And it ended up being Sweet Disposition by Temper Trap. So it was on the telly above the pool table, and oh my god, the whole time this song was playing, the pair of them were belting it out. They were singing, they sang along to all of it, and I mean, I couldn't even hear the song. Like, they were belting this out. They were singing to the top of their lungs, and I was just like sort of standing in awe, just like watching them in this moment. But it was really see, I'm getting emotional now. It was so lovely. It doesn't take a lot to make me cry these days, like just a memory and boom, I'm away with it. I think for so many years I used to keep all my emotions like bottled up and in check, and now that I'm like really mindful about things, like I'm so in tune with my feelings that I'll cry really easily. But oh, it's just every time I hear this song, I'm taken back to that moment where I was watching them, because when I was watching them I just realised how much I missed them. I grip, Jesus. But yeah, I was just watching them, and I mean, it was really entertaining. It was all good and everything. I wasn't crying at the time, but I was just really taken in. God, I miss you guys. Like, you've no idea how much I miss you. I miss interacting with you. I miss laughing and like having banter and all that kind of thing. And I used to phone my family a lot. I used to call both my brothers and my mum. I used to call and speak to them all the time. I was a smoker back then, so a lot of the time when I would go outside for a smoke, I would always phone one of them and that kind of thing. But oh, and it's just, I didn't know at the time how much I was cementing this memory, this moment, but every time I hear that song, I'm taken right back to the pool room, and that they're all excited over this golden rollerblader and this song that I'd never heard before. And it's an amazing song. It's really good. If you don't know it, you need to look it up. So Sweet Disposition by Temper Trap. Oh yeah, so apparently, so even though my brother knows this, I said, oh, this is my song for you. He says, yeah, I know. And then I went on to tell him why. And oh no, that was it. It was because it was when my other brother's partner was round at mine last year. She and I were hanging out one afternoon, and that song came on. And I said to her, oh, this is my song for my brothers. And she was like, what do you mean? And so I started to tell her the story. I wasn't getting emotional then, but she turned to me and she said, God, I could really feel the love that you have for your brothers when you were telling me that story. I was like, oh, isn't it amazing? So if that song comes on at the party, I won't cry. I won't cry. God, wow, honestly, I cry at the most silliest of things these days. So I think that's it for me. If you've stayed to the end of this video, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've just getting a little bit of an insight into my life. I hope it's been entertaining. If this is your first time here, please feel free to check out the rest of my channel. A lot of my videos are Manjaro related, but I also have other videos on gardening topics and various projects that I do around the house. Just various vlogs about my life, basically. And if you are back, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I've enjoyed this video. I think it'll be a little bit different to my other ones, and let's see what this week brings. And fingers crossed that this time next week I have a better weigh-in and I'm making much more success, and that I haven't cried at the party. Okay, right, thanks again, and I'll see you soon.